I know that all of you are concerned about Meghan's desperate return. She is now alone, combined with being incompetent and lazy. No one wants to risk cooperating with her. So what does she do to find opportunities to appear? Join us to find out in this video. I don't know how you feel about Meghan right now. I'm just curious about her next steps. I see that she is also quite persistent in struggling to survive. But perhaps it's also true that a narcissistic person like Meghan will never admit her mistakes and change. She will continue to prove herself right. It was she who gave up every opportunity and relationship she had. At that time, perhaps Meghan did not expect that she would have nowhere to go. Now she has to hook up with old and unknown relationships. She even had to spend money to attend an event. And welcome back to the Royal News 365 channel, my friends. I believe that if Meghan doesn't consider herself the best and throws away the people she feels are no longer of use when she falls into a difficult situation, there will still be people who want to help her. But there are no ifs. She is relying on Archewell to appear at South by Southwest. It's infuriating. Many talented, hard-working women in media fought for their careers and have advocated for better roles for women who would be much better qualified for this event than Meghan. This, in my opinion, is really offensive to the women in the media who have had to struggle for greater roles for women and against discrimination based on their gender and income in order to advance their careers. Due to their advocacy for greater creative opportunities for women, a great number of outstanding women in the media have suffered from reprisal, missed opportunities, lost earnings, or even severe bodily and emotional injury. They persevered in their fight, however, frequently lending a hand to other women and girls. It is misleading to equate Meghan with these kinds of successful women. Meghan's participation is taking away an opportunity from a woman who could benefit from this networking opportunity and professional exposure. I would much rather hear from female directors, writers, producers, showrunners, and actresses who have spent decades often not having their advocacy efforts respected and taken seriously. It is disheartening to observe that a forum for sharing and educating others is being squandered by Meghan Markle's deceptive, desperate to buy publicity, which is searching for anything to grab onto in order to force her 247 failed rebranding attempt on everyone. The more she overexposes herself, the more and more people/organizations will see through her. The more she speaks, the more shit that comes out of her mouth. I say, keep it up. Let the world see her for the fraud she is. She doesn't have the funds to go on paying for fake awards and appearances indefinitely. She is using her own rope to hang herself, just an expression meaning that she sinks further and further into the abyss, and finally reaches the dark bottom. The more she spends time on this stuff, the less she's able to focus on making actual money. I don't understand her. Common sense suggests that she'd be focused mainly on making money via her Shitflix deal and trying to ensure that Meet Me at the Lake movie doesn't suck. If I were her, I'd be most concerned about the lack of money and deals right now. However, she's so egotistical that she's trying to do this insane multitasking to prove she can be a power player in the charity and philanthropy arena while being some kind of feminist thought leader, while also making podcasts and producing movies and unscripted TV shows. And in addition to all that, she wants to be a fashion icon too. Not even Lady Gaga or Angelina Jolie were able to do this type of power player multitasking at the early stage of their careers. Each woman was smart enough to focus on one thing only, and it was only after they'd established themselves as power players in the music and movie industries respectively that they made tentative efforts to try their hand at other things. This delusional orange nutjob, on the other hand, hasn't even been able to master anything, not one fucking single thing. Except maybe how to con dumbass guys with no common sense. But anyway, she's not proven herself at anything, yet she's desperately trying to do 4 and 5 things simultaneously. This is why she's doomed to fail. A jackass of no trades and a master of none. I wonder what she was thinking when she dared to attend an event to share the feelings of mothers. And Meghan, who never played a mom on TV and probably can't give one real example of a problem, Why don't you talk about how you ignored the Baka mom who was raped while holding her baby by the African Parks Rangers? But kudos to Meghan for jumping into a mom issue when her own motherhood credentials are shady. I feel like this is just going to be another opportunity for Meghan to tell her story about how mothers were portrayed on TV for that soap commercial from 30 freaking years ago. When Meghan stops flying around on other people's private jets to freebie holiday homes or sponsored vacations, perhaps then she might be a tiny bit qualified to discuss anything that's linked to motherhood. It's sickening the way this delusional twat thinks her dumbass is qualified to preach to people. Meghan only focuses on parenting because Catherine is focusing on early childhood. I won't believe that a woman who bullies a 3-year-old and doesn't seem to spend time with her own kids despite only working 1 hour per week cares about moms. A woman who thought Uvalde was a photo op does not care about kids. Furthermore, Meghan has been accused of bullying the women, not the men who worked for her. I'm so sick of these organizations that are complicit in her trashy behavior. Perhaps her presence on this show is similar to Archewell's dealings with South by Southwest. Again, spend your own money to buy it. Honestly, it's difficult for me to believe that anything Meghan gets, achieves, or is allowed to be part of is a natural thing and not something she purchased. Could we create an award for her for raising awareness of narcissism? That would be one that she actually deserved and wouldn't have to buy. Actually, since knowing and learning about Meghan, I have become deeply aware of narcissistic people. I really don't know whether to be happy or sad. We need to remember this when people call us a hate sub or ask, why are you so concerned about what this witch does? Or why are people so invested in the success or failure of the Harkles? They turn us into villains by always scrutinizing two people who are looking for privacy like Harry and Meghan. It's just because these two didn't just ride off into obscurity as they promised they didn't just take a role to act out or just show up and do good work. No, they wanted to be adored and admired and a list without doing the good work, and it hurt innocent people. She makes me so tired. Honestly, if people want to believe she knows about anything she yaps about, good for them. I hope they aren't disappointed. But we, good people who believe in honesty and morals, wait for karma to hit her and others in this world that are destructive to others. Well, it's hard waiting. I guess I'll just take a nap and continue to wait. Now Meghan is still trying to wear a shirt that's too big for her. She strives to become a humanitarian and a feminist who leads the trends and times. However, she's behind the times of feminism trends too. She is still really stuck in the past on most things and definitely doesn't have her finger on the pulse of any modern trends. So, Meghan doesn't like the way women are portrayed in media, films, TV, etc. So, someone forced her to be on deal or no deal in skimpy clothes. Yeah, what does Meghan know about how moms are depicted on television? I am so confused. Had to have sponsored this. All Meghan has ever done is piggyback and attach her name, no matter what, where, or how, to whatever the celebrity-driven program is. Like a tick or a flea that jumps on you and has to be killed to be forever removed. Why doesn't she do something real and meaningful instead of this do-nothing, no effort required initiatives? Oh, wait. I know. She's a lazy liar and fraud. She's still a grifter. I am so sick of her. By the way, she wants to take on all the production roles. So this must mean Meghan is all on schedule with Meet Me at the Lake, the podcast, and whatever else she claimed she was working on. So now she has time to sit in on a round table that discusses things that don't pertain to her situation. I hope you don't have any news about Meghan being canceled due to laziness like with Spotify last year. No one bathes in the same river twice. Hopefully, Meghan doesn't repeat that embarrassing moment again. Actually, the fact that Meghan paid to attend South by Southwest doesn't make me as angry as the fact that she attended the event as the other mothers. The fact that Meghan, who never worked in the industry as a mother, is pushing this really aggravates me. I don't want someone who has never been in the trenches to lecture me about how to do it differently. She wasn't qualified to attend the event on the same level as everyone else, so she bought it. It has to be bought. She doesn't come close to having a background like any of the others to even be on the same stage, let alone speak. It's embarrassing, frankly. Finally, if I had the chance to talk to Meghan, I would definitely advise her to stop. The amount of money that Harry and the foundation have is not enough to buy her endless slots. Everything has a limit. If she doesn't want to go bankrupt, I think she should stop. That brings us to the end of my video. Hope you agree with my point of view. If not, please comment so we can discuss it. Don't forget to like and share the video so YouTube can recommend similar videos. And if you want to receive notifications about the latest videos, please subscribe. We will be back soon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.